All right. Week 12 of the Washington Commanders franchise. What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite coach, Craven Moorhead here. Second stream this week. Last episode, we ended up taking on the New York Giants. And we ended up winning that game by a final score of 24-17. Now, in that game, we got off to a really fast start. However, in the second half, we kind of fizzled away. Now, we still came away with the W, which is the important part. But if we play against a good team like the Cowboys, we can't really afford to fizzle in the second half if we are able to somehow get out to an early lead. The story of this team, if you've been following since the start of this franchise, has been we have been able to beat up on the bad teams like the Giants, and we've lost to the good teams, such as the Cowboys. And we played the Cowboys earlier this year. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule. We played them at some point. I can't remember exactly when. Have we not played the Cowboys yet? Oh, okay. Apparently, I lied. I could have sworn we played the Cowboys at some point in the season, but point still stands. For the most part, we beat up on the bad teams. And, with the exception of the Cardinals. The Broncos have been a decent surprise this year, but we lost to the Bills. We lost to the Eagles. Lost to the Eagles again. Lost to the Seahawks. And we've won against teams like the Broncos. We've won against the Bears, the Falcons, the Giants twice, the Pats. So that's been the story of our franchise so far. All right, and I checked in on this in last week's episode at the end, but we have a player that won NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and it was Jamin Davis, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Who was it that had a huge game for us last week? Why am I drawing a blank? I know this. No, not standings. Our other linebacker. I'm drawing a huge blank on his name. It's not David Mayo. It's making me look really good right now that I can't even remember my players' names. Go to our defensive stats here. Oh yeah, it was Cody Barton. He had 14 tackles, 3 TFLs, a pick, and a fumble recovery. Somehow, he wasn't even the best defensive player on the team, according to this award. And that's not to take away anything from Jamin Davis. He had an excellent game. But anyways, players ready to negotiate. So last week, I don't think there's anyone I want to negotiate with for the rest of the year. Now, in the last episode, I signed some would-be free agents. I didn't sign anyone huge. I signed depth pieces for the most part. Kendall Fuller, gonna let him go. Antonio Gibson has no interest in re-signing with us, so we're gonna let him go. Curtis Samuel, gonna let him walk. Cody Barton, who just had a huge game for us. He has zero interest in re-signing. He's 26 years old, 78 overall. He wants a 3-year deal for $17.5 million. Let's bump that up a little bit. We can give him a 3-year, $18 million deal. Okay, I'd sign today if there was some way to improve how this team aligns with my interests. Okay, well, he's probably gone. Jacoby Brissett, backup quarterback, not re-signing him. And no one else here is really... Although Sadiq Charles, our starting left guard right now. I'm not re-signing him. He's been ass this year. So, with that said, let's scout some college players first. So as the weeks have gone on, I've kind of come to the realization that I'm probably not going to take a quarterback in the first round. Sam Howell has been improving. Now, with that said, at running back, Brian Robinson's been good. However, last week became pretty evident that he's too slow to be an every down back. He can take a bulk of the workload, but we need another Antonio Gibson on our team, and he has no interest in re-signing. We'll draft a younger running back in all likelihood, probably in the mid to later rounds of the draft. As for receivers, Terry McLaurin's a stud number 1. Jahan Dotson's a very good number 2. Curtis Samuel will be a free agent at the end of the year. Now, if we actually go to our contracts, yeah, so Curtis Samuel will be a free agent next year. I'd love to give Diami Brown potentially another. I'd maybe like to give him a shot to get the ball more. He only has 91 speed. I guess I thought he was faster than that. I think at tight end, Logan Thomas has a couple years left. So we would look to potentially upgrade at number 3 wide receiver, as let's head back to scouting college players. But I would have to say, with Sadiq Charles being a free agent, I'd probably look to replace him, left guard. However, we only have 2 guys here who are projected to maybe go in the first round. We got Billy Cage and Robert Vogt. Now, what if we go over to right guard? And none of these guys are projected to go high. What about centers? We don't really need a center. We got George Jaramillo. He's projected to go potentially in the first round. We could slide him over to guard. But with that said, we could very well go over and, we could get a guard in free agency, I suppose. On the defense, our defensive line is set. Linebackers without Cody Barton, that might be something that we can kind of look at. However, linebacking class is looking pretty weak. This is a weak class overall. And I think a lot of these outside linebackers, I don't know about taking an outside linebacker. A lot of these guys are going to be pass rushers, essentially, instead of off-the-ball linebackers. We're running a 4-3, and it seems like a lot of these linebackers are in a 3-4 scheme. Corner is definitely another position we might address, with Kendall Fuller likely departing. Emmanuel Forbes has actually been very good for us. Jatavius Martin's done a good job in the slot. But we will need a corner to replace Emmanuel Forbes, and we got 4 guys that could potentially go in the first round. So that's something we could look out for. We're good on safety. So we're not in a bad position. We'll definitely have our work cut out for us a little bit, but I think we're in a solid position going forward. So we are 6-5 right now, and I'm not going to go through and show you guys again, but I will say that right now we are currently the 8th seed in the NFC, so we are just outside the playoff picture. So we'll see what happens. We have a short week, though. This is a Thanksgiving game. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Didn't eat too much, hopefully. Obviously, we have a short week this week, so not much time to create an elaborate game plan. Man, I didn't get to read the rest of that. Logan Thomas is saying some stuff or something. All right, is there anything I can do here, or am I just supposed to read this or something? Fundamentally sound. Beat the Cowboys and commit 1 or fewer turnovers. So in the last episode, we also, unfortunately, lost Chase Young with he has a torn labrum, which normally costs you the rest of your season, but it's only going to cost him 3 weeks. So we're not going to put him on season-ending IR, obviously. He will come back at the end of the season. If push comes to shove and we're completely out of the playoffs in 3 weeks, I might just place him on season-ending IR. No point in rushing him back. And Sadiq Charles hasn't even been playing because he has a torn labrum. That's right. Chris Paul has been playing. Phoenix Suns legend, Chris Paul. All right, well, we're going to jump into... Actually, we're not going to do weekly strategy yet. Let's take a look at the Cowboys roster real quick, because I could have sworn we played them earlier this year, but apparently my memory is foggy. At quarterback, they obviously have Dak Prescott, 89 overall. He does have superstar Dev. Running back, they got Tony Pollard. At receiver, they have C.D. Lamb, another superstar Dev. They also have Brandon Cooks. Still has 93 speed, which is a little surprising. Michael Gallup. Tight end, they got Jake Ferguson. And on the offensive line, they've always had a good offensive line. The future Hall of Famer, Tyron Smith. 88 overall now. Still has superstar Dev because Madden hates fat people. And it's impossible for offensive linemen to be superstar X Factors. They got Chuma Edoga. Am I pronouncing that right? At left guard. Might be the one weakness they have. Tyler Byed. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I could have sworn they were starting Alec Lindstrom, but I don't know. And they, of course, have another future Hall of Famer in Zach Martin. At right guard, 32 years old, 99 overall. Despite the fact that he's in the 99 overall club, still no superstar X Factor because Madden is fat-phobic. Terrence Steele at right tackle. On the defense, DeMarcus Lawrence is injured, so we'll see Viliami Fehoko. At the other pass rush position, though, they have another member of the 99 overall club, and it's Micah Parsons. And Madden does not hate pass rushers, so he is a superstar X Factor, unstoppable force. We are going to have to look out for him. They got Osa Odighizuwa. I don't know if they run... do they run a 3-4 or do they run a 4-3? If they run a 4-3, they have Mozzie Smith, Anthony Barr... Leighton Vander Esch is hurt. Shocker, I know. They have Demarvian Overshone. I am botching so many of these names, aren't I? They also apparently signed Kyle Van Noy. And in the secondary, they have Stephon Gilmore, superstar Dev, 92 overall at the age of 32. Trayvon Diggs, another superstar, 89 overall. Of course, he had, 10 interceptions a couple of years ago? Got cooked in coverage a lot, but... he got his hands on the football. Malik Hooker at free safety. J-Ron Curse at strong safety. Chris Boswell's their kicker. Interesting. Brian Angers, their punter. All right. So let's jump into our weekly strategy here. I think we are going to do something a little different. Now... I do think we are going to defend the short pass against Dak Prescott. Let's go to player health. So we have overall, I think we're going to go half pads, just because it's a short week. Now let's skip over. No, we're going blitz counter. I know blitz counter has kind of been our safety net. But our offensive line's so bad, it does boost our offensive line stats. All right, in terms of guys that I want to focus on, I'm still going to focus on Sam Howell. However, I think I'm going to change my focus player a little bit here. We're going to go to... Has it been Keaton Sutherland that's starting? I could have sworn it was Chris Paul. We're going to focus on Chris Paul. And we're going to swap out Andrew Wiley here. We are going to give James Smith-Williams some focus here just because he will be starting in place of the injured Chase Young. In terms of game day goals, allow 2 passing touchdowns or less. I think that's a pretty safe bet, or as safe as it can be. And we're going to cross our fingers here and hope that we have no injuries. And right away I see a PCL sprain for Jonathan Allen. That is not good. We just lost our best player on defense. No other injuries on the defensive side. Let's see what the offense looks like. Looks like so far so good. Alright, so we were clean besides that PCL sprain for Jonathan Allen, but I'm assuming he's going to be out. PCL sprain. He's only going to miss 1 week, but that means he's going to be out for this game. That is a huge blow to us. We might have to adjust our lineup real quick before we jump into this game. Oh yeah, it is Chris Paul starting for us at left guard. Alright. So Deron Payne. I guess we're going to give Mathis a shot here. Alright, I think that's what we're going to have to roll with. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this Thanksgiving game. We're only a day late. Playing against them boys. Now, in yesterday's Thanksgiving game, the Cowboys absolutely bent the Commanders over and showed them the 50 states. I think it was 45-10 the final score. Hopefully that'll be different in the Madden universe, as we are going to kick the ball away to start things off here in Jerry World. Happy Thanksgiving, Pilgrims. And away we go, and that kick is going to be fielded inside the 10, kind of a short kick there, and it is returned by Turpin, I think. Just shy of the 30. And here comes Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense. Let's see what his stats are looking like this year. 2,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 picks. Very good season.
The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And a quick pass there, complete. CeeDee Lamb. Last week he had 7 grabs for $156 and a touchdown. 2nd and 6.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard.
And Tony Pollard gets just past the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1. 3rd and 5.
In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now
and that pass is overthrown. Dak was looking for Jake Ferguson, the tight end, but he overthrows him. He had him open. And we are going to force a 3-and-out to start off this game.
People are saying, hey, come on, coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go, but you and I both.
And the punt is away. Jahan Dotson from just inside the 20. We do have a little bit of space here, and we get to the 27-yard line. And here comes Sam Howell.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
We take a look at his stats. Stats are going to be a little misleading. 2,200 yards on the dot, 16 touchdowns, 15 picks. Obviously, a lot of those picks are on me not being able to read the defense, but Hal really did struggle for a good chunk of the year, but he has been playing better as of late.
You're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly, but behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey.
And Brian Robinson with his first carry picks up a few.
Through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. A check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 20 carries, 73 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
And we'll get that pass over the middle to Logan Thomas. Our security blanket picks up 10.
Shy of the 40, down at the 39. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And they will give Brian Robinson, bounces this to the outside, makes a man miss. And he's out of bounds, but not before picking up a 1st down.
12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down.
Here's Robinson up the middle. Brian Robinson with another 1st down run, 10 plus. Picks up a dozen or so.
Nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
Gotta go play action here.
This was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out.
That was a bad read. That was a bad read. It's picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take this here at their own.
It works out as an arm punt, but that was 1st down.
It's his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it. And his
That post was open, too. I see it coming open on the replay. So to take you through my process here, McLaurin was my first read here. And I don't know, I thought Trayvon Diggs was far enough away from him where I could bend this towards the sideline. I didn't really read the safeties like I should have. I mean, to be fair, this safety here, free safety is playing more of a center field. So he may have actually taken that post away. Maybe I could have put it in there. Logan Thomas wasn't open. Obviously, I could have checked down. Works out as an arm punt, but not a good read.
On the job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys.
And Pollard tackled for a loss. Jamin Davis again. Our defense has been a menace against the run.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that time?
And that's another run to Pollard. A little more successful this time, picks up about 5. It'll be another 3rd down, though.
Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know,
and that pass is going to be complete. Tony Pollard on the check down. That's going to be a 1st down. Whoever that was, Jamin Davis? No, that's Cody Barton. Who are we using? Who are we using? I wasn't really paying attention. No, Cody Barton was... We were using Barton. Who dropped all the way back? Yeah, Jamin Davis. Or no, actually, I think Cameron Curl's supposed to come up, I think, on that play. Yeah, Cameron Curl was supposed to take away those routes. He was way too deep, though.
I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Fights forward for only about a yard.
Nice tackle from behind there by Cody Barton.
Talk about this Washington
2nd and 9.
They've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit.
Gonna play in the secondary now.
Like to talk about it. They're pretty proud of their rankings.
Thoughts and prayers.
Rankings going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5.
And that pass is caught. Michael Gallup.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what,
Michael Gallup has the 2nd most yardage in the league.
That's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
a first down throw for Prescott.
And that is a quick pass over to Jake Ferguson. Pick up 8.
So Charles, this defense going to have its hands.
Nice little concept there.
To figure facing the man second in the NFL in passing yards. What's the course of action here defensively?
Well, we all know that every down seems to have equal importance.
And someone jumped.
Make sure they stop them.
And it was the Cowboys. False start, backs them up 5.
Turn the ball over to their offense and feel good about how this game's progressing.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They run straight ahead here.
And Pollard makes a couple men miss, and he's really close to the first down.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense very strong in the victory last week.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense.
Another give, Pollard, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. What a tackle there by Derek Forrest. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. Will they go for it?
Gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
And Anger kicks this one away. And we're going to let that land out of bounds at the 14. So, still a 0-0 ball game.
The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2.
Threw a pick on that, what basically ended up as an arm punt. Antonio Gibson for a few.
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on
Ooh, do we go play action again?
I think they're definitely playoff worthy, but to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity.
This is a lot easier of a read. Just read the safety for the posts, then we'll read the linebackers for the rest.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
And that pass complete to Dotson, and he picks up the first down.
Across the 25 before going out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Straight ahead.
Here's Robinson, cutback lane, finds some space, and it is close to the first down.
On first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Sam Howell's going to take off and run. No. Okay. Well, I guess they changed the slide button, but the result is still the same. Sam Howell scrambles for 5, 6, 7 yards. Picks up the first down. We don't fumble it, thankfully. That would have pissed me off. How do you slide? I thought it was L2, R2, and square, but apparently that's dive now. Someone's watching and knows the answer. Feel free to comment. Because Madden changes the dive every year. Speaking of dive, here's a halfback dive to Robinson. Picks up a few.
This Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games.
Underneath, Logan Thomas, our security blanket, out of bounds, inside the 35.
You're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year, but what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day.
Here's Robinson again. Robinson bounces to the outside. Robinson tries to cut back, unable to do so, but he is down inside the red zone to the 18-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Powell.
Security blanket again. Logan Thomas makes the catch close to the first down.
10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. And Howe will throw it. Flush to his right.
Gotta just throw that one away. Nothing was there.
Out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
We'll give to Gibson there. And Antonio Gibson to the 1.
Touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 1st and goal at the 1. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Robinson.
And Robinson in for the touchdown.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Our PAT by Joey Sly's up and good. We are up 7-0 against them boys. I just wanted to check and see if y'all were still them boys.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
Pretty good drive there. That was an 86-yard drive, I think.
Selects to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance.
And Pollard up the middle for 7.
The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory.
And Pollard bounces this to the outside, picks up the first down.
Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the back.
And that's a deep pass over the right side, and it's tipped up in the air and ultimately falls incomplete. Deron Payne brought on some pressure there. He's looking for CeeDee Lamb deep on the post. 2nd down.
You understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
And that's a quick pass. The little Madden cheese of throw the ball in 0.2 seconds and you get an automatic gain. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Here's Prescott.
And another quick pass, and it's complete to Michael Gallup, but he's going to be short of the first down. It's 4th and inches from their own 44. They're going to punt it. That might be the right move. I'm normally the more aggressive type, but you are at your own 44. They will punt this one away. We're going to let this one go, and it's going to land in the end zone for a touchback. Brian Robinson, very close to having a 1,000-yard season on the ground.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to, just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So.
And that is a run up the middle. Brian Robinson with a ton of space and a good run, but there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be coming back. Holding on the offense, Charles Leno Jr. Of course, it's our left tackle who had very little impact on that play. We go back 10 yards instead of having a 15-yard gain or whatever it was. 1st and 20, Gibson in the game now. We're going to give him a carry, and he gets brought down from behind. Someone shot through the gap. Looks like Jalen Smith, but I don't think that's Jalen Smith.
Guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down.
Security blanket, Logan Thomas picks up 11.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hal throwing on 3rd down here.
And Terry McLaurin has his first catch of the game. Good for the first down. Probably could have racked that one, but didn't want the safety to potentially decapitate him.
I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up, but I always remember that when we go to
Robinson has to bounce this the other way, but finds some space. Brian Robinson picks up another first down. He's having a very good game. 8 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown.
And that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
See if we can sneak off. We're not going to be able to do it. 2-minute warning time here in the first half. Up 7-0, driving here. We get the ball to start off the second half, by the way.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Hal.
And we got baited. Trayvon Diggs picks us off again, and our offensive lineman runs away from him, and Trayvon Diggs is going to take this to the house.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation.
Diggs was just sitting by the line of scrimmage. Like, look, we snapped the ball from the 43 here, and Diggs is just sitting at the 43. And I thought we could get the pass over his head to Logan Thomas, but we could not. He takes it to the house. But then after that, like, look, I usually don't blame offensive players for not being able to tackle, but what are you doing here? Is that Charles Leno? It is. He just runs the other way. All right, so it's going to be a tied game in all likelihood.
Exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. Play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way.
Both those picks are probably my fault.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better
I don't usually like going to recent plays here, but
on the field, you're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, "Hey, you'll get them next time."
actually, gonna go to our coaching adjustments here. We are gonna put Antonio Gibson in right now, just because he is going to be he's the better pass catching back. But we are gonna run the ball with him for now and go nowhere.
He is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Dorrance Armstrong in on the stop.
We don't have to go super quick right now, I don't think.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Gonna kind of draw our own play in the sand here.
From the gun.
And that pass is caught.
To Samuel.
Curtis Samuel picks up 4.
This to the 29, a gain of 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing here, Howell.
And that pass is swatted away. Incomplete. No one was open.
Right there on third down, they actually closed off all the passing lanes.
We're gonna have to punt this one away.
And bring up fourth down.
Tress Way on fourth down to send out to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Trucks over him.
And poor tackling attempt there, but they take over at the 40. They don't need a lot to get into field goal range, potentially take the lead before the end of the first half.
Position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket. No reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Quick pass out to Pollard out of the backfield, picks up 4.
Going to burn the first of their timeouts.
Take the first timeout.
With 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a 2nd and 6. Prescott to throw it.
And that pass, they target me in coverage. It's Jamin Davis against Michael Gallup. Huge mismatch. Makes the catch, runs out of bounds. Short of the first down. Clock does stop, but it's going to be 3rd and 1. See if we can throw a little bit of a tricky blitz at them.
3rd down and 1.
Sending a nickel blitz here. And it's going to be play action. And that pass over the middle is complete to Michael Gallup. And they have a big gain all the way down to the 22. Another first down. They take their 2nd timeout.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll throw again. Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll maybe get back to the line.
Good user coverage by me for once.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but
And they take a timeout now for some reason instead of as soon as the catch was made. But that's
They were hoping to get it to him. He could
good
make
old
a
Madden for you. And they're going to go for the field goal.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Now it's Chris
19 seconds left. It's going to be a 39-yard field goal. And the kick is up, and it is good. The Cowboys take a 10-7 lead here with 15 seconds to go in the first half. We do have 3 timeouts, but I think we're not going to have nearly enough time. We do have to return this anyways. Dotson on the return, and Jahan Dotson's got some space. Jahan Dotson to the 42. We might have a shot here.
to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Screen's going to take too long to develop. We're going to have to go to recents again. We're going to flip the play.
The Washington offense at the
We're going to just see if we can get something.
and maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
I think we're going to send Dotson on a streak. We'll put Samuel on a curl just so the routes don't intersect. We got to watch that safety.
1st and 10.
And that was almost picked. The linebacker just jumped up like 8 billion feet in the air.
Play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was
6 seconds left. We kind of need a miracle.
Now he'll look to throw it. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds.
Had some stats. This is going to be like a 60-something yard field goal. Yeah, they don't want us to go for it. That's going to be what? Like a 66-yard field goal? Yeah, we got to just kind of throw it up and hope for the best.
One last shot before the break. Howell looking long for Thomas.
McLaurin had it in his hands.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas.
It went off everyone's hands. McLaurin, if he held onto it, had a touchdown. But this is Madden. It can't process that type of animation. All right, so this has been a rough first half. Our focus... I want to throw the ball more, but we've thrown 2 picks with Sam Howell. Granted, they're both probably my fault. We're going to focus on throwing it short, though. I'm not scared of the Cowboys. They haven't really done shit offensively. They got a pick 6 off us. We're going to defend the medium pass. We do get the ball to start off the second half.
Ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
Dotson only makes it to the 20.
The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter.
And I do have to put Robinson back as our lead back.
Pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way.
Robinson up the middle for 6, and Jahan Dotson's hurt. That is not good. He's down on one knee. Now he's holding his wrist. That's not good.
Come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 26.
Sammy Brown getting some snaps now on offense. We're going to run the ball here on 2nd and 4. It's going to be a trap play. Brian Robinson has a first down and some change. Brian Robinson, good for 15. 10 carries for 92 yards. We got to keep feeding him the ball.
His terrific season continues here.
Is this because I was talking shit about him? Robinson again. Brian Robinson. Another first down. He's up over the 100-yard mark. He done bruised his sternum. All right, so Jahan Dotson out with a concussion, but Madden doesn't like concussions, so they call it a bruised sternum. He's out for the game. We're running the gosh darn football again. Tried to get a little too cute there, only picked up 2 yards. I don't know if I love this play, but we're going to roll with it. No, okay. They've done that to me a lot. They've sent a guy out in the flat. But he was pass rushing, and then he dropped back.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw, Howell.
Logan Thomas, the security blanket. He's having a good game. We pick up the first. 6 grabs for 77 yards for Logan Thomas.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with
Robinson bounces to the outside, cuts back to the 15-yard line. 13 carries for $122 and a touchdown.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This will be caught.
Jamie Brown has his first catch of the game.
6 on the play.
Picks up 6.
Second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Brian Robinson up the middle. Nowhere to run, though.
A few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Howell.
And Curtis Samuel makes the catch. Enough for the first, not enough for the touchdown. They'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
It's safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there.
We're going to send Samuel in motion, see if we can get one less person in the box there.
And that's what he just did.
Robinson loses yardage.
He'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Well, after the loss on first down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet, but time is still going to be a factor in their decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have to score a touchdown here. You've got to find a way to cash in.
They'll go play action. Powell.
And we had 0 chance. They sent a all-out blitz. We take a huge loss there.
Get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Powell now to throw it.
He's not open. He's not open.
Eluding the pressure right.
I maybe could have taken off and ran there. It was better to just throw it away. We have to kick the field goal. Kick is up and good. We do tie the game at 10.
So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
It's a good return. I ran right past him.
Start at the 32. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their
Our defense has done a good job so far, though.
second half.
See if we can continue that.
Time lead gone now, back to a tie game, but Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game.
And that's a give. Pollard for 5.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing. Prescott.
And the OP, really quick pass. CeeDee Lamb picks up 3. 3rd and 2.
It's hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into
Sending a lot of pressure here.
another zone.
Fullbacks in motion. I think it's going to be a wham. It is. It's not going to be a wham. It's going to be play action, and the pass is broken up by Emmanuel Forbes.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No
CeeDee Lamb was open. An amazing play by Emmanuel Forbes to force a punt. He doesn't make that play. That is an easy touchdown for the Cowboys.
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
As our punts away, we have Antonio Gibson returning the punt this time.
Taken around the 12.
And he gets annihilated. Pile driven into the turf. We get the ball back. Brian Robinson, 200 carries on the year, 7 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season.
All running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1
See if we can pick it up right now.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason.
And it's a run up the middle, and Brian Robinson has his 1,000-yard season. 135 yards on the ground today. What a game he's having.
We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant. And you
back-to-back carries for Brian Robinson.
Do you want to call plays to get that out?
Picks up 7.
Or are you still calling plays to win the game first?
Brian Robinson struggled a little bit last week.
142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
But he's having a game of his life today. 2nd and 3.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
Sam Howell gonna have to roll out. Gets this one to Logan Thomas, who makes a hell of a catch and keeps his feet in bounds for a first down. What a play that was. We have to watch that replay. So initially, I'm looking at the mesh. Logan Thomas doesn't look open. John Bates kind of gets stuck. So I choose to roll out. I can't run. And then I just dump it to Thomas at the last minute. One adjustment. Good job keeping both feet down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Robinson.
And he's got this one
for 5.
Into Cowboy territory. J-Ron Curse in on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle.
We're going to sneak off one more play before the half ends. And it's a good thing we did, because we pick up the first down. Brian Robinson over $150 today, 19 carries, 153 yards, and that touchdown. We're through 3 here, and we're nigh up at 10.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Brian Robinson again. We had a cutback lane. Still a nice run. 9 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard,
2nd and 1. Perfect time for play action. No. What's going on with their safeties over the top?
No reason to lighten up now. This time they'll throw it with Howell. Slings this deep for McLaurin.
And Terry McLaurin comes down with it for the touchdown.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead.
That's why he's an absolute stud of a receiver. That's why he's our number 1. Great job going up and getting it. That wasn't the best ball from Sam Howell.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because
would have liked it a little more out in front.
Previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear
but our kick is up and good. 7-play, 80-yard drive. Takes less than 3 minutes. And we are up 17-10.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will come out to the 25.
Take a knee for the touchback.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. First down, Prescott.
Prescott got to be flushed out, and he's brought down from behind. Cody Barton. A 9-yard loss on the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
And a quick pass out, and CeeDee Lamb beats Emmanuel Forbes, and he sheds a couple tackles, and CeeDee Lamb ties this game up. But at what cost? Zach Martin is injured. Emmanuel Forbes got absolutely dicked. He's on Pornhub right now.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good.
Emmanuel Forbes had actually been doing pretty good for us, but the last few games he's been getting burned. And in real life, of course, he's been ass. So the momentum has effectively left our side with that huge touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin to take the lead, and in an instant, CeeDee Lamb responds with his own. 8.5 minutes to go in regulation. Brian Robinson's having what might be the best game of his life. Ride the hot hand. 171 yards on the ground. Insane.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
I send Thomas I. Zig here.
You're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see.
Terry McLaurin has the catch. Terry McLaurin again. Off to the races. Does he have another one? He does. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin. And Oza Odighizuwa is injured on the play. It's not our player, so I don't care. This is turning into a nice ball game. There have been, what, 3 touchdowns scored in a 90-second span?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this.
So we kick this one away after just taking the lead.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On 1st and 10.
And a quick pass. That's complete to Michael Gallup. Making the catch in traffic, has the first down.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Now Prescott.
And another pass and another busted coverage as just a bunch of stuff happens. I can't talk, and Michael Gallup is in for the touchdown. Derek Forrest gets beat on the play. Emmanuel Forbes can't make the tackle. And then we're unable to catch him from behind, and we, pending the extra point, are going to have another tied ball game. Kicks up and good. This game's bananas. And we have our 4th string running back, I believe, Johnson, returning kicks for us now. Pretty solid return, though. Gets us to the 28. Terry McLaurin, 3 grabs for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bad for the PPR owners. But he's certainly efficient. You can't deny that. We're going to start with running the ball, though. Brian Robinson having a great game. Only picks up a couple there. Probably his least successful run of the day.
Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That pass is complete to Curtis Samuel. He's going to be short of the first down, though. 3rd and 2.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon,
I think we're going to run a trap. This is a little risky, but the traps have worked. The running game as a whole has worked. Don't fail me now. Just enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd
tough yards. Back to
Robinson again. Plows forward for 5. Probably should have had like 1 or 2 there.
5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Now Howell.
At least that got knocked away. 3rd and 5.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Throwing here, Howell.
Wide open is Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas into Dallas territory. He's got to be close to 100 yards. He's at 100 on the dot on 8 catches. What a game he's having. A lot of guys are having games that they will probably remember for the rest of their lives. Terry McLaurin up over $120 and 2 touchdowns. Robinson at like $180. Logan Thomas at 100 flat right now. Give the ball to Robinson again. A lot of traffic. Only picks up a yard.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. And how will throw it.
And that pass caught, I think. Okay. That was interesting. It's a catch. He wasn't down. They called forward progress, I guess. I guess I'm glad it's not a drop. Anyways, 3rd and 4. And this pass is complete to Curtis Samuel. And he has the first down. We are comfortably in field goal range right now, by the way. We're going to just let the 2-minute warning hit now.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes to go, tied at 24.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Give to Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for
4.
2nd down coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now in this.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We're chewing the clock. Going goal line here. Another give to Robinson. He plows forward. He's really close to the first down. Doesn't quite get there. Cowboys take their first time out. I dare you to stop this. They do stop it. On 3rd and 1, they're able to stop the run. The linebacker shoots through the gap. We have to kick the field goal here.
Extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This for the lead in the final stages.
All right, we do retake the lead, 27-24.
Minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but
no, we're playing the whole game. All right, they are kind of fighting the clock. I think we got to force a return here.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From about the goal line, I think this is going to be a return, though. And I just user dove, but we still stop them in pretty good field position at the 21. The Cowboys have had two very quick touchdown drives on the last two drives.
Down 27-24, a minute 13 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm playing man coverage. I'm terrible at this. I don't know anyone who's actually good. And CeeDee Lamb has the catch. Of course they target me. Just tackle him. Jesus Christ. And now they do have to take a timeout. They're in field goal range. Jesus Christ. CeeDee Lamb was just way too fast, and Kendall Fuller was way too slow. They're already in field goal range. 1:04 left. They do not have any timeouts.
But the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Dak.
And that pass, incomplete. Intended for CeeDee Lamb.
So now you're in range to tie the
2nd down.
field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Now Prescott.
And another quick pass. CeeDee Lamb has the ball. They're going to go no huddle here, I imagine.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. To throw, Prescott. Going for it all.
And that pass is thrown out of bounds, intended for Michael Gallup. It is 4th down.
Left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest.
They're going to go for the field goal to try and tie this game up.
Right here, he needs the
We're going to take a
best
timeout.
in order to keep this one alive.
And Washington now going to use
Try to ice them.
3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute.
And the kick is up, and it is good. 33 seconds. We have 2 timeouts. We got to return this. And we got some room to the outside here. A decent return. Down to the 29. They want us to run the ball?
Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Logan Thomas has the pass. It's complete for 9. Take our second timeout.
Second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Howell.
Sam Howell overthrows him. He had him beat.
And you certainly have to applaud the effort here. They're not settling for overtime. They're trying to get in position to win it with a late field goal. That takes some guts. But this one is going to wind up incomplete.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Howell to throw.
And Sam Howell hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. There's going to be 15 seconds left. We have to punt the football away. We're going to punt this one out of bounds.
It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great. But they get a few more quality ones like that, that can finish things off for them.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Did not want to risk a return for a touchdown.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
Dak gonna throw this one out of bounds. 4 seconds left in regulation.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Prescott.
We'll see what happens here. Dak, all day, lofting this up. It's going to fall incomplete. We're heading to overtime.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over.
Call heads. We have won the toss. We're going to receive.
The other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team...
I hate the overtime rules, especially in Madden. You have 6 minutes and 55 seconds. At least we won the toss.
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back.
We'll just let this land in the end zone.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as a quarterback steps
Robinson has to cut back. He's got some room. Brian Robinson brought down. His legs get taken down by, I believe that was Trayvon Diggs.
Execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
2nd and 4.
Only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second.
We still have chew clock on. We're going to need to fix that. Brian Robinson, we had some room to bounce to the outside. He's over 200 yards, by the way.
202 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to whip.
We're going to just run the ball again. We're going to stick with what's been working. Robinson, not a whole lot there. Picked up a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left it no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now a first throw here in overtime.
Logan Thomas makes the catch, but only picks up 4. He has 10 catches on the day.
Time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Who else? Logan Thomas.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop.
We're going to give Antonio Gibson a carry here.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many.
Antonio Gibson for 4.
Matchup that's working for you, or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
2nd and 6.
We're going to flip the play. I want to run away from Micah Parsons. Hurry up and get set.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he takes it
3rd and 2.
with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This might be a balls to the walls play here.
Now they face a 3rd and 2. Powell.
And a poor pass by Sam Howell there.
Decision time now on 4th and about a yard.
He bumped into Logan Thomas. He was open. I don't feel comfortable kicking a 57-yard field goal here.
Get me the first down. But some may very well say, put this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
We're going for it.
Big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Powell down to throw it.
And he's picked off. That's the third interception Sam Howell's thrown today. He can't catch him. Brian Robinson tries to bring him down, and he does. Down inside the 10. I did not see him. Jordan Lewis. That's devastating.
Inside a couple of times and make sure my running back has both hands over the football, body covering it, and I kick it on third down. That way, if something goes awry with the snap, we still have fourth down to try it again and win the ball game.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here comes the first throw.
And they're going to throw it, and the pass is complete to Brandon Cooks. But he can't get in the end zone. They're down at the 2.
For third, have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what?
We hit the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
And a give to Pollard, and Tony Pollard is in for the win.
Against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
So for Dallas, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon saying so long, everybody.
That's a tough loss right there. Overall, Sam Howell, 21 of 34, 292, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. All those picks were honestly probably my fault, but he had a couple of crucial misfires. That one to John Bates in overtime, you can't have that. And then towards the end of regulation, there was a ball he could have dropped in the bucket to Diami Brown, and he missed him. Brian Robinson, we let a 200-yard rushing performance go to waste. 32 carries, 207 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, Logan Thomas, 11 grabs for $123. Terry McLaurin, 4 catches, 127, 2 touchdowns. I don't care about anyone else. Did we not get sacked at all? Our offensive line actually held up pretty good. Defense, no one really stood out all that much. Not a ton of TFLs. We only had 1 sack. No interceptions. Emmanuel Forbes got burned in coverage. We couldn't stop the big play. We started off really well. Defensively, we held the Cowboys to, a first half field goal. Now, they did have a pick 6. That's a tough loss. It was a sloppy game. On the bright side, we did have some explosive plays. So we can go down the field and score right away if we need to. I just need to read the defenses better. Every single time I threw a pick, it was someone sitting in the flat that I just didn't see. Anyways, Terry McLaurin has a upgrade point. Deep route running, release, spectacular catch. Short route running, catching traffic. Catching? I think that stands for. Catching traffic, spectacular catch. Release. What do I want? We'll do deep threat. Up to a 94 overall now. For our superstar X Factor wide receiver, we're also without Jonathan Allen this game. And eventually we were without Jahan Dotson. He was out with a bruised sternum. Well, we played against a good team. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I said it in the beginning of the stream. Our theme throughout the whole year is we've beat up on the bad teams and we've lost to the good teams, and we lost to a good team. It was a lot closer than it normally was, or than I would have thought. But, you know, we fought hard. Sam Howell, couple misfires, something he needs to work on. Brian, I'm just mad we wasted a masterclass from Brian Robinson. From the offensive line did an excellent job. From Logan Thomas, from Terry McLaurin, and we still lost. The defense, you know, didn't really play that well. We let the explosive plays get to us. Sucks. We are playing what should be another good team next week in the Dolphins, but they're 4-7 right now. So maybe we have a chance. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in for more like Madden content or some shit. Next Madden stream will likely be this upcoming Thursday, which is what? Is that the 30th? Look at my calendar here. Yeah, so next Madden stream will be November 30th. After the conclusion of Thursday Night Football on Prime, or, you know, when the game becomes a snooze fest, whichever comes first. Who's even playing Thursday Night Football next week? I want to say it's Seahawks Cowboys. Could actually be a good matchup for once, but it is Thursday Night Football. But thank you all for tuning in. Next Madden stream is November 30th, following the conclusion of Thursday Night Football. And I got some other content that'll be coming out too, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, peace out.